So I am dressed, I'm heading out and I'm going to the gym. Trying to get up here early this morning. It's 6:36 and so I'm trying to get up here at a decent hour so that I can get back because I have to be to work at 8. See how it works. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but I'm gonna go. So welcome back, guys. It's Friday morning. I've got myself up. I've been to the gym already. I got in some workout and then I came home, got my bath, and then got me a shower, got dressed for the day. This is our weekend vlog, and so I just wanted to get on here real quick to say what's up, and then I'll be checking back in a bit. So guys, I am in my garden. So this weekend, I've just gotten off work. It is Friday. I'm gonna be out here working in the garden today around our flowers. This is my Nikki, and as you can see, it is getting ready to bloom. I'm so excited, I can't wait. It's gonna be really pretty and purple. These are my obedient plant, and they have really multiplied. So I'm thinking about splitting these up some. Same thing here. This obedient plant don't look as nice as those. So I'm gonna come in here and weed her out. This is Dusty Miller. I'm thinking about splitting him, but it looks like my Dusty Miller has actually multiplied to the point that I can split it, probably. Really good. This is my petunia bucket, as you can see. Look how huge this has gotten. And that is just from a few petunias that I put there. So what I'm gonna do is probably try and split that. Try and get me another azalea to go there. And probably take some of these petunias and run them around the buffer here on each side. Like over here. So that's what I think I want to do. So we're making 2 pots of petunias to go at the front door. So I've dug these out. Hopefully they do okay. We took this pot out, so I had to pull out some dead ones out of this pot. I refertilized this pot, watered it back in real good, put some more in there that I saw laying around. Then we're gonna put this fabric down, mulch it real heavy. These are the petunias I have dug up to go in that other pot. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like, what my husband's doing so far. So that's what it's looking like. You want me to get in there and help spread it? Yep, let me hold on. All right, so these are the area that we did. So this is my obedient plant. This is my daylily. I need to go ahead and get these pulled out. They should be blooming, which they probably will start since I'm watering it now. It was hard to keep them watered because there was no mulch here to keep moisture. So they did not do well, but I think they're going to do good now. This is my Dusty Miller. He has gotten so big. In the middle, we put a hibiscus where the azalea died at. And then these are my petunias. So I've just re-watered them and gave them some fertilizer. So, yep. So now we're going to get this other side done before the rain comes. And then we're going to take my new plants out front to the front door. And then we're going to try and work on the rose bed here and see what we can get done there. All right, so this is the finished look. Can't really see it because of the sun, but I like it. This petunia is getting ready to stand back up. I re-watered it, fertilized it. I got to clean the step, but on this side, obedient plants, dianthus in the middle, phlox. I put my strawberry hanging plant out here. We have an azalea, daylily, and then the other bucket of petunias there. We mulched it really heavy because we don't want all that grass growing back down there. I think that'll be really pretty. And these are for the front door. Now guys, when I sit here and I look at the new area around the deck, I think it looks really good. I'm a little disappointed, not really disappointed, but surprised, because those obedient plant, I didn't know they were going to get that takeover like that. If I had known, I would have put my phlox over a little further where the strawberry plant is and moved that one. I would have had more space. I did not know that they got that big.
So we bought this pressure washer. So we're going to be trying this out just to see how well it does. The front of the house and the sidewalk really needs cleaning, so we're going to test it today.
So this is our new pressure washer. That's a nice one, ain't it? Huh? This is a 3100 PSI, 2.3 GPMs. I'm about to look up this stuff. So the accessories.
Yeah, I see y'all going long here. It's probably messing with it.
Those are quick connects too. So if you compare the two difference, you can see where we cleaned compared to where we didn't clean, and it's like night and day, honestly. Actually cleaning it looks good. All right, guys, so right here, I'm in my bathroom. Let's see, I think I put the light on. So I went out today and I bought a few pieces that I wanted to show you. I found these at TJ Maxx, absolutely beautiful. And I thought they would be a really good addition to my bathroom area. They look really nice, and I love how they blend in with the bone white here. We went with this picture, so we hung this picture back up. I found this pretty vase. I really like that. Here I have my candle, and I have the soap dish here that I'm using. Here is my bath salts and everything. And then this basket, I found this basket at TJ Maxx. It was $24. I love the big handles on the side. And this we're going to use in here for our dirty linen as we're in the shower. So this came out really pretty. I love this entire area here. So I'm really satisfied with that so much. Just wanted to show you this area, because this is the only area that I did anything with today. But isn't that pretty? I love it. I'm going downstairs. It's time for coffee. I just got up. My husband's already in the garden. So I already got up. Let me show y'all. Let me go on my balcony. I'll show you what he's doing. He's in the garden already. So he's going out there now with his lawn sweeper. So this is our backyard. So we've been diligently back here trying to clean. This is our garden number 1, and that's garden number 2. So back there we have sweet potatoes and a row of beans. And up here we have some of everything. In this garden, we recently pulled out the squash. We recently pulled out the squash and started more squash. We have corn on the back row. I'll walk down there and show you the garden. Back there is my shade garden. And then we put a peach tree out here. We have quite a few things out here going on. We've been having so much rain, and the squash bugs were really getting into our squash and caterpillars, into our tomatoes. Those things right there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Hanging on that fence right there. That's tomatoes. Hanging right here. That's tomatoes. Those are the indeterminate tomatoes, and they just grow. Oh my gosh. We didn't have enough stake. We didn't get the stake tall enough for those. So that's what we have. But anyway, he's already outside on the lawnmower. So I'm going to go down out here, see if he wants breakfast, and then go from. So I'm downstairs getting breakfast. So I'm getting ready to make some breakfast. This is our deer sausage. My husband loves deer sausage. Well, I don't. But the pastor across the street, we have a pastor here, and he gets has someone that processes his deer for him. Guys, let me tell you something. I don't know who did the processing for them, but that is some good deer meat right there. And I don't eat deer sausage, but I love this. So we're going to try and find out from him who processes for them. And one thing about it, it has no smell at all. No smell. And I'm going to tell you, I love this sausage here. I could eat this every day. So I'm thinking from the deer sausage, we're going to do it on air fry. I'm going to try 20 minutes at 445. That's all I have to do. With this thing, it comes with so many different functions. Hold on. Let me stop it while I'm right here. You see all the different functions that this thing comes with? It even has dehydrate on here, reheat. It has the rack level here that you can choose. A light is on here as well. It has a light. This is how you adjust your time. The slices represents the toast. So if I'm doing toast or bagel, I'll put it here. And the way you change the function is you just hit this. And then it also has, for this toast, what shade you would like for the toast to be. This one comes with the Smart Cook system. So it does have the thermometer that you insert here, and it goes into the air fryer, and it lets you know the internal temperature of your meat. So I'm going to tell you, I love this thing here. We purchased it. It was hard to find it because I guess so many people wanted them at the time when we were getting ours. So it took us a while to find it. We went to Augusta to find it because we could not find it anywhere locally. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to cook my deer sausage for 20 minutes, 445 on rack level 3. All right, and that's it. That's all you have to do for that. So, now I'm going to go ahead. Now I'm going to get ready to make me some coffee because that is something that I definitely need. So, I'm going to make me some coffee. Well, I don't have to make coffee. My husband already made the coffee. Okay, good. So, I can just get my cup and go ahead and have my coffee. A live alligator in your... Oh, girl. Ain't no way.
We had a live one in the bathtub. He jumped out the bathtub.
What?
Why would y'all put him in a
Because
bathtub?
we weren't trying to kill him yet because we had wanted to put him on the grill, like do the whole body on the grill.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, so right here, I'm getting ready to get my blueberries ready. So what I did with the blueberries was I took the blueberries and I put them in this bowl in water, and I put some salt in the water, and I let them sit and soak for about 2 hours. You can see how dirty the water is that came off of them. So these are the fresh blueberries. So I've gone through and I have rinsed them and pulled off any stems that I saw. And now I'm getting ready to pour this water out. And now we're going to put more water in this bowl and rinse them one more time so that we can go ahead and get them ready to cook. All right, guys, so this right here, this is what we did yesterday. So I'm keeping this box here so that I can store my jars back in it, and then I will be storing them in the pantry over there in the bottom because it's pretty roomy down there. And then these are the peaches and syrup I made yesterday. This is our apple butter. This is peach preserves. And then this is the blackberry jam that we made. It's a little looser than I wanted, but it'll work. And then today, let me walk around here. Okay, guys, so now I'm getting ready to start. So I'm using this pot here. This pot, I bought this pot. I got it on a 3-burner just to make sure it's good and hot. We used this pot yesterday when we did the apple butter. And it came out so good, and this pot is perfect. And it does say to use a heavy pot. So we're using this pot, and I'm filling up my pot there with water. So we're gonna go ahead now and pour in the berries. So what we have here, we have 8 cups of blueberries, okay? Now the recipe does call for equal sugar to berries. So it's really calling for 8 cups of sugar, which I am definitely not gonna do. But what I'm gonna do is probably, we're gonna start out with 2 to 3 cups of sugar, and then we'll go from there, okay? So hold on, and I will bring you right back. Let me go ahead and get this water on this burner so it can start going. So I have the water going. So now right here, this calls for you to, excuse the noise, mash up these berries. So we're gonna start mashing them up. And I'm not gonna mash them much because I want this to be like a preserve kind of like. All right, so that's gonna do it for me. All right, so now let me get my sugar. So we're gonna start adding the sugar. We're gonna start with at least a cup of sugar to begin with, okay? Stay tuned. All right, so this is the berries. So I did 4 cups of sugar to 2 cups of, for each 2 cup of berry. I wasn't doing 8, that seemed like a lot of sugar. So anyways, that's all you really do. You mash it, put your sugar in it, let it cook down. At the very end, I like to put some lemon juice in it, and that's that. Have my water getting hot there. And so I'm gonna rinse up these few little dishes and get everything lined up and ready, and we are going to get this going. All right, so this is the finished blueberry jam. Now, as you can see, if you look, you see that little indentation here? These tops, these have locked. They popped the minute I got them out of the order. This one, however, you see the indentation, but you see that? You hear that? Listen. That one did not lock. So then what we're going to do with this one is we're going to just put this one in the fridge, and we'll just go ahead and be eating out of this one, and then we'll still have 3 blueberry jams to use later. So this is the final look, and that is what we have. So these are going to sit here. I'm not going to move them at all today. They'll stay here until tomorrow morning. But no, they'll actually stay here until tomorrow, because you're not supposed to bother them for at least 12 to 24 hours. I like to leave mine undisturbed for at least 24. So tomorrow evening, this time, I'll probably mess with them. Take the rings off, wipe them down real good. And now this stuff here that we've already canned, I'm gonna probably go ahead and put that up. But right now I'm getting ready to go get a shower, and I'm gonna run and get me something to eat because I'm hungry. I'm not cooking today. All right, guys, so this is a cabinet that sits right above my stove. I had all these mini coffee cups up here. And so since I'm into canning now, I needed to move those out and make space. So I decided to put so this area here has all of my jams. This jam is the blackberry jam. This one is the blueberry jam. This is peach preserve, that one. Apple butter there. Salsa, onion jam, and then these are my peaches. So yeah, so that is how I decided to set that up. And I like the fact that the only reason I put these rings back on is because I am stacking them. I tested to make sure the rings, the lids were on really tightly, that there was no leakage or anything. So this is how I'm gonna do a stack, because this here area up in here, if you can see, it's pretty good height. So we could possibly go another high if we decided to. But yeah, so this is where we're keeping all of our jams and our fruit preserves. All right, guys, welcome back to our weekend vlog. So if you can see behind me, I have beans in the sink. I have jars over here, mason jars. I have beans here. So we are actually in the process of canning some foods. Let me flip my camera around so I can show you exactly what we're doing. So this weekend is going to be about canning. So in this pot here, hold on. In this canner, my husband purchased me this canner. I currently have 18 jars in here. So right now I have it on high. I'm waiting for it to heat up. And this little thing here, you should see a steady stream of steam coming out of it when it's ready. And once it starts doing that, I don't mean that little bit of steam that you see there. I mean a steady stream. Once we see that steady stream of steam coming out, I will set this little timer here for 10 minutes. And then this little timer will run. When the timer ends, then I'm gonna come back. Excuse me. This is my weight. I'll put this weight on this little thing here. And then we'll actually start processing our jars. For this is gonna be, I think we're doing field peas. We're gonna do 30 or 40 minutes. I have to check my book to be sure. But yeah, so right now it doesn't have steam built up yet, because when it does, this thing will rise, it will pop up, and that's how you know that there's pressure built inside the canner. So right now it is still doing what it needs to do, trying to come up to temp, and I am beginning to see that it is giving me almost a steady stream. So I'm gonna watch it a few more minutes, and then I'll bring you all back when I get ready to put my when I set the timer. I'll bring you all back. All right, guys, we are there. As you can see, we have I'd say a steady stream. Let's see. No, I thought we did. We don't yet. It's like it'll show almost like we have a steady stream, then it'll stop. All right, so I think that's it now. So as you can see, we have a steady stream of steam flowing out of this vent pipe. So now I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to let that vent for 10 minutes. And when the 10 minutes done, when the timer goes off, then we'll come back and we'll put our weight on it. And at that time, this little button in the back should pop up. So stay tuned until we be back. We'll be right back. Meanwhile, I'm over here in the sink. I'm getting my next batch of beans ready. So these are, I think these are, I don't even know what these are. There's some type of peas my husband bought. So we're going to go ahead and get these washed up and clean and ready, so that when this set is finished, the pressure in the can dies down and completely goes back to zero. Then I'll be ready to put in my next set, because we're going to keep it going, because I still have another big bag of lima beans out there in the fridge, in the garage fridge, to get cleaned so that we can get those pressure canned. So yeah, so the timer has started. So we are going to bring you back when we are ready for the next step. Okay, stay tuned. Now here, what I did for my beans, all I did was I washed my beans just like you see me doing here. I had them in that same bowl, and I used this little thing here, and I dipped my beans into my jars. I cut up some purple onion to put in there as well. Then I topped them off with more beans. For the pot, for the beans that are in the canner right now, we use chicken broth. So I use this chicken broth in the canner for those beans. And for the next set of beans, I will definitely be using pink Himalayan salt, white. Now for these peas, I probably won't use any, what do you call it? Onion. I'm just going to pack my beans and give it some salt, and that'll be that. For the next beans, the lima beans, we're going to do the white onion and just plain water and Himalayan salt. This is what the beans are looking like now that we have them in the can. So that's what they look like. So yeah, This one didn't get quite full. But anyway, we have a steady stream, guys. This is what you want to see right here. Steady stream. And that is what we're looking for. Timer is down to 7:29, so we're still counting. Stay tuned. 36 seconds, y'all. So welcome back. We are getting ready to put this weight on here. Okay. This is my little weight. That's what it looks like. 18, 16, 15 seconds. So yeah, so this has been really trying for me. We're going to be canning quite a bit of things, trying to, get food on standby. We are not no doomsday preppers, but it is smart to have some stuff available. All right, so now we are going to put this weight on. There we have it. The weight is on. So now everything is like it should be. The weight is on. The stopper is up in the back, indicating that there is pressure in this can. All right, so as you can see, my canner, the gauge was completely rested on that little prong there, and it is beginning to move up. So we just have to keep it at 10 pounds per pressure. That is my altitude, 10, because I did Google it to be sure. So that's where we need to keep it. And we're going to process these cans for, I think it's only 30 minutes, but I'm going to do it 40, but I think it's only 30 minutes. All right, so I have confirmed that the right time for these peas, regardless, is going to be 40 minutes. So once we reach 10, it says 11 pounds, but my altitude said 10. So we'll be a little bit above that 10 mark there. So once we reach that, then I'll start my timer. And so, yeah, this here has been really interesting. This is something that I've wanted to do, been a little afraid to try, but it can't be any different than cooking with an Instapot. So, because that Instapot builds pressure too, and you have to, vent it and wait for it to, cool down and everything. The difference with the Instapot is there's a little valve that you'll hit to let the steam out. And with this, you don't touch any of this. You don't move that. You don't move this, you don't move that, you don't open it, you don't do anything until this gauge gets back down to 0, and this little button in the back goes all the way back down to let you know that all of the pressure has left from your can. So that is what we're doing right now. So my pressure is still climbing. I may have to turn it up a little to get it where we want it. And then what you do, the way you regulate your pressure, is you keep it, you'll have to adjust your heat accordingly. So that's what we're doing, guys. And this is interesting. I will say this is really interesting. I'm learning something new that I'm definitely going to be able to use for years to come. We have already canned quite a bit of things. We made spaghetti sauce. I made honey garlic spaghetti sauce. I made, let me flip my camera. So I made honey garlic spaghetti sauce. We have made, I've made some salsa. I've made several jams. I've even made this really good sweet onion jam. Oh my God, it's so good. We have made stewed tomatoes. So this weekend we're doing beans and peas. Now next weekend, the plan is to, I want to start All right, I heard something pop just then. I know y'all heard it. I hope that wasn't a jar that broke. But I cannot open that can of the check. That is the thing about it. You can't open it. So I did hear something pop. So I pray it wasn't my jar. But I can't open it to see. So as long as this thing don't explode in here. And that's the fear of a lot of people. And I'm a little concerned as well. But it is what it is, So this is what we're going to be doing, holding the phone over my chin, because I'm watching this pot. Let me show you. All right, as you can see, we are almost at the 10 pounds of pressure where we need to be. I have my heat between an 8 and a 7. And so, yeah. I don't know if I need to be on the turbo ball. Maybe the next time I do it on the other side, but this is what we have it on. But I did hear something pop. So yeah, so we're gonna see, child. We are almost there. And please, if you decide to do this, don't have any distractions. I did not want to do this while my granddaughters are here because they love to be in here all up under my feet while I'm cooking, and I don't want them in here. So I'm trying to get this done. They're supposed to come over tomorrow, but I'm trying to get this done before they show up because I don't want to have my girls in here around this kind of stuff. So right now, guys, we are at 10 pounds of pressure, right at it. And we're going to try and keep it a little past the 10. And that is where we're going to hold it steady. So I'm going to let it go a little past it, and then we're going to turn the heat down just to make sure it doesn't go any higher. Yep, it's slowly going on up. So that is where I want it. So I'm going to start my timer. All right, 40 minutes. And we're going to lower it because I want it to stay right there. I don't want it to go no higher past that other mark there. Okay? All right, guys, so I have lowered my heat all the way down, and it is still rising. So as you can see, we are here on just warm and simmer. Gauge is still going up. I heard something pop again, so I'm watching it. Prayerfully, this will start coming back down, but you still can't let it get below 10. So, I mean, look at that gauge. It should not be doing that. So, I don't know, guys. I'm watching it because I want to see it going back down the other way, but it's still rising. All right, so hopefully it'll start dropping. All right, I think it is. All right, guys, so here we go. We have it back down. It's right between 10 and 11 where I want it. I have it right now on a 2. And so I'll just adjust that heat as I need to keep it there. So I'm watching it, and if it looks like it's beginning to drop below that 11, I will raise the heat just a little. All right, it's holding steady right there. So we'll leave it there for now. It's been processing 34 minutes. Guys, so I have completely finished. As you can see, the gauge is right at the 0. Still cannot open it even when it hits 0 completely because this here still indicates pressure is in this canner. So we cannot open it. So I'm going to leave it. It's off. Everything's off. And I'm going to run to the store, get me something to eat. And then I'll come back after I eat. Maybe we'll be able to open it and see what it looks like. Okay, stay tuned. All right, guys, so these are all of the beans that we have right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I thought it was 18. But it is 16 cans of purple hull peas that have been processed, that are cooked, and they are ready to go. Whew. So as you can see, they're going to do their little popping or whatever. So, yeah. So that is what we have. So we'll let these completely cool. So once we take them out of the canner, we don't bother them or we don't touch them for 24 hours. So these are going to sit here, right here in this spot until tomorrow morning when they're completely cooled. And then once they're cooled, I am going to transfer them back in this box here that they came in. And then I'm going to put them up for storage until we are ready for them. But yeah, so we have these beans. Now these have just onion in them and nothing else yet. So the next batch we're doing, these are more purple hair peas that we didn't get around to processing today. But here in this bowl, where's my bowl? We are working on these beans here, trying to get these finished, but I'm stopped so I can eat. And then tomorrow we're gonna finish these. So I have my jars ready. I got these rest of them here. I need to finish cleaning them. And then we're gonna go ahead and get these jars filled and ready to go for tomorrow. So we're gonna end the video here. My kitchen is a hot mess. These cherry tomatoes, I will show you what I'm gonna do with those. I'm gonna actually can those in a jar. I'm not gonna use a wide mouth jar. I'm gonna use one of my smaller jars. And I'm just gonna can my cherry tomatoes whole and put them in there with some basil and do them that way. Lemon juice, that is what we're going to do with those. So I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna go ahead and get me something to eat. Now there's a recipe that my husband really wants me to do for him. It's red beans with sausage and andouille sausage, turkey meat, onions, celery, bell pepper. We saw this recipe on Miss H's channel, Homestead Heart, but she used, I don't know what kind of sausage, but we like andouille sausage, so that's what we're going to do with it. So, excuse me, the plan is to do that next, probably, I'm going to try and do it this weekend to try and make sure that we can get that done. So I will definitely bring you all along for that. All right, guys, so right here, I'm going to take a moment to show you what we have so far. So I started Thursday processing and putting up our vegetables and stuff. So we had these lima beans. These are the cherry tomatoes that we did harvest. These tomatoes have gone bad. I'm probably gonna get rid of those. These are what we just got out the garden. Bell pepper. These are the beans that we processed. And then here in my canner, I have about 12, 13 containers of beans. Right now the pressure canner is releasing the pressure. The little button is up in the back, so you cannot open it until this gets to 0 or below 0, and that button goes down. So once that is done, then I'll open it, take those jars out, refill it, and then put these in there and get these processed. Now the tomatoes are not going in there in the pressure canner. The tomatoes are just going to be a water bath can. I have my lemon juice in here already. So I'm going to water bath those cherry tomatoes. But these other beans are going to go in there and they're going to process for about 40 minutes. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you that real quick. My kitchen is probably a mess, but it's okay. All right, guys, so I've just come downstairs. As you can see, this is at 0. The little pressure gauge is down, so that's an indication that we can open this pot now. So we can start by removing this weight, and then I'm going to open this and then I'll show you the jars. So these are the jars. So you can see they're still bubbling. I'm not taking them out yet because I want them to get acclimated to the outside temperature in here before I take them out. And so I have this set up here, so I'm going to just set them here on this side. I have the ones we did last night there. And then these, as soon as I get this emptied, I'm going to pour the water out, put more cold water in it, and then put these in there so that they can go ahead and do what they need to do. All right, guys, so welcome back to the channel. So yesterday, I think I shared with you all that I was in the process of canning everything. So this is what we got done. We got these done. These are 12 wide mouth pint-sized jars. These are the purple hair peas that we got done yesterday. And I do keep these little boxes to put them back in. In this box, we have, I don't even know what you call these little peas, but these are some peas my husband wanted. We got, let me see how many, that's 6. So we got 12 of those little beans. And then we also got 12. No, we got more than 12. That's 12. 18 of the purple hair peas pint jars. And then back here, we got 7 quarts of the green lima beans. So we canned about 48 37, 38, 39, because these are the cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna go ahead and start processing in a few moments. But that about 40 jars, quarts and pints of ready to eat food. We don't know what the future holds, so it pays us to be ready.